All right, I'm gonna make a little video real quick to help you guys with the problems you're gonna be doing today. Okay, today we're looking at the relationship between area, perimeter, and how that affects the scale factor. Okay, we looked at this a few weeks ago a little bit, but we're gonna go into it a little bit more in depth today. The questions you're gonna be doing are not just super easy. They're not super hard. They're kind of medium level questions. But if you don't understand it, then you're going to struggle because you're going to have to take the information you know and piece it together to be able to get these questions, a couple of these questions right. So make sure you're watching this video and trying to kind of understand what's happening. That will just make it so much easier for you when you go to do this worksheet. So I've got a couple of rectangles here that are broken down into squares. Obviously, these little squares are not the same size, but we're going to act like they are. Okay, so this right here, if we wanted to find the perimeter of this rectangle, we just add up the outside edges. This is 3 units wide, 2 units long. This is 3 wide, this is 2 long. Or you can just count the outside edges. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the perimeter. That'd be 10 units. For the area, we do length times width. So we would do 3 units times 2 units. That's 6 units. Or again, you could just count how many units are inside of this rectangle. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now, if I wanted to make this rectangle 2 times as big, so I wanted to increase it by a scale factor of 2, then I get this down here. Because if you notice, it's 3 wide up here, and this is 6 units wide down here. It's 2 units long up here, 4 units long down here. This rectangle is twice as big as the first rectangle was. So we can do it just the same way. We're finding the perimeter. You can count up how many units it is, or you can add 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. Does not matter to me which one you do. Okay, as long as we remember that perimeter is adding all the sides. 6 and 4 is 10, 6 and 4 is 10, 10 plus 10 is 20 units. And then the area, you do 6 times 4, or we can just count how many squares it is. Comes out to 24 units. Now, I told you that it was going to be 2 times as big. Right, that's easy to see when we look at the numbers of the side lengths. That's easy to see when we look at the perimeter here. 10 to 20, it is 2 times as big. But if you notice, that's not the same thing here with the area. All right, the perimeter of 10 was multiplied by our scale factor of 2. And we got a new perimeter of 20. But for the area, our original area was 6, and our final area we got was 24. Okay, what can we multiply times 6? It's going to give us 24. That was times 4, which is going to be our scale factor squared. 2 squared. 2 times 2. Okay, you may remember from a few weeks ago, I told you perimeter was to the first power, area to the second power. Those are the only 2 you need to know in 8th grade, but I went ahead and told you volume is to the third power. Okay, because these are the units that we use. We would say area is in inches squared and volume is in inches cubed or whatever, but it also applies for how it relates to the scale factor on your dilations. Okay, you plug in whatever your scale factor is for this number. Our scale factor was 2, so 2 squared, which is 4, is how many times bigger our area will be once we apply a dilation of 2. Okay, so if you need more help with that, you can look through the little pieces on the worksheet. Okay, it's got 2 pages of information that you can kind of look through, and it can help you maybe explain that a little bit better if that did not make sense to you. Okay, now let's look at finding the ratio of the perimeter to the area. Okay, finding the ratio of the perimeter to the area. Now, if we want to find the perimeter of this little small rectangle here. We would add up all the sides. 2 plus 3. We know this side's 2, this side's 3. So our perimeter would be 10. Okay, we would have a perimeter of 10 for our small rectangle. All right, and we would have an area, length times width, of 6. Now, our larger rectangle here is not just 4 along this side. From here to here is 4, and then 2. So this side right here is going to be a total of 6. Means this side over here would be 6 also. And this side right here is not just 6, but it's 6 plus this 3, because this is this side also. So 3 and 6 would be 9. So we've got a 6 over here. We've got a 9 down here. 6 plus 9 is 15. Then we'd have another 9 and a 6 over here is 15. 15 and 15 would make our perimeter 30. And then to find the area, we do length times width. 6 times 9. Our area would be 54. All right, so those are our perimeters and areas for this shape here. Now I need to find the ratio of the perimeter to the area. All this word means is turn it into a fraction and reduce. Make it a fraction and reduce. Okay, whichever one it tells you to put first is the one that's going to go on the top. Okay, here I'm going to tell you that the little one comes first. It was a enlargement, which means our scale factor is going to be greater than 1. The little one comes first. I'm sorry, whichever one they tell you goes on the bottom. Whichever one they tell you goes on the bottom. It's new over old, just like your scale factor. Let's see if I can get this where maybe y'all can see it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's going to be new over old. All right. These would be our olds. These were our news. So it was 30 over 10 for the perimeter. When we reduce that, 30 over 10 is 3 over 1, or 3. For the area, though, the area, what you've got to do is you've got to do the same thing. It's 54 over 6, and we get that the area comes out to 9 over 1 when we divide them both by 6. You get 9. Notice, again, the perimeter and the area. Our scale factor was 3, and the area was our scale factor squared. 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. Now on the worksheet, when you're dealing with these, it gives you fractions on a couple of them. Okay. When you're squaring fractions, say we want to square 3/5. Say that's the ratio for our perimeter, and I want to square this. Okay, that is just 3/5 times 3/5. That's all squaring tells you to do. When you square these, you just multiply across. 3 times 3, 5 times 5. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 5 is 25. So this would be your area if this was your perimeter. Okay. I hope this video helps you work through that worksheet. If you need to read through the information on the worksheet and then look at the questions and come back to the video, don't hesitate to do that. Feel free to Google some other videos from Mashup Math or Khan Academy that are dealing with scale factor and perimeter and area, how they relate to scale factor. Or feel free to shoot me an email or a comment in Google Classroom, and I can help you on there also. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow if all goes well with the water pump and all the leaks at school today.